All right, welcome. Today, we're going to break down what might just be the single biggest predictor of lifelong achievement. And here's the thing, it's probably not what you think. And the best news? It's something every single one of us can develop.
So let's just dive right in with a question our whole society is pretty much obsessed with. What really leads to success? Is it just being born with some natural gift, or is there something else going on, something more powerful?
You know, we love to marvel at what looks like natural talent, right? That gifted person who makes everything look so easy. But the research, well, it shows this huge gap between what we admire and what actually works. The real magic isn't in the raw talent. It's in stuff like sustained effort and passionate perseverance. In one word, grit.
I mean, that's the mindset right there. It's someone who has just decided they will not be outworked. It's not about being the smartest person in the room from day one. It's about being the last one on that treadmill. That kind of relentless commitment, that's the real engine behind any lasting success.
So how does this all work, really? Believe it or not, there's actually a super simple but incredibly powerful formula that explains why effort is just so much more important than talent by itself. Let's break it down.
Okay, so first up, think of your talent as just the raw material you start with. Maybe you've got a natural knack for rhythm. Cool, but that's just potential. It's only when you apply effort, practicing the drums for hours and hours, that your talent starts to become a real, actual skill.
But here's the crucial second part. Having the skill to play the drums is great, but that's not the end of the story. To actually get a result, you have to apply effort again. You got to write the song, play the gig, record the album. That's how your skill turns into a real, tangible achievement.
So, did you catch the common thread in both of those steps? It was effort. Effort is the multiplier. First, it turns talent into skill. Then, it turns that skill into achievement. So in the grand scheme of things, talent counts once, but effort counts twice.
Now, maybe the best part of all this is that grit isn't some fixed trait. It's not something you're just born with or you're not. Nope. It's a skill. It's something you can actively build, and it stands on 4 key psychological assets.
So, these 4 things, they all work together to create this really powerful and, more importantly, sustainable engine for your grit. Think of them like a complete toolkit for developing perseverance for the long haul. Let's take a quick look at each one.
It all starts with interest, and we're not talking about a casual hobby here. We're talking about a deep, genuine fascination. Kind of like Darwin, right? His obsessive questioning is what fueled his life's work. Gritty people stay in the game because their curiosity is just never satisfied. That's what pushes you through those times when you feel like you've hit a wall.
The second up is practice. And again, this isn't just about showing up and going through the motions. This is about deliberate, focused practice. The goal is simple. Be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. It's that daily push for improvement that builds real mastery over time.
The third pillar is purpose. This is the bedrock. It's the belief that what you're doing contributes to something bigger than just you. I love this question. Are you just laying bricks, or are you building a cathedral? That sense of purpose, that's what gives you the ultimate resilience when things get really, really tough.
And finally, there's hope. Now, this isn't just wishful thinking. It's the resilient belief that you can improve. It's knowing that when you fail or stumble, that's not the final verdict. It's just a piece of data you can learn from. It's that inner voice that says, okay, that didn't work. What did I learn? How can I try again, but smarter, tomorrow?
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Let's get down to the how. How do you turn this into a practical, actionable plan to build your own grit, starting today?
The key is to think of your ability to follow through like it's a muscle. Seriously. And the only way to strengthen a muscle is to use it, right? So you have to create a little training ground for your grit by building the habit of finishing what you start, over and over and over again.
And you can start really small. I mean, look at these goals. They're not going to change the world overnight, but that's the whole point. By setting and achieving these small, consistent goals, you're actively teaching yourself a new identity. You're proving to yourself that you are the kind of person who shows up, who follows through no matter what. So, as we wrap this up, it's so important to get the right mindset for this journey. Grit is not about a single heroic effort. You have to play the long game.
Think about it. True, meaningful achievement, it rarely comes from one big explosion of effort. It comes from consistency and endurance. It's about getting up every day and putting in the work, especially on the days you really don't feel like it. It's being willing to fall, to learn from it, and to get back up one more time than you get knocked down. So there you have it. You've got the formula, you've got the toolkit. The only thing left to do is actually apply it. So I'll leave you with this question. What's that one meaningful, long-term goal that you are going to get gritty about, starting right now?